Here. Go ahead. Turn your sound off. Turn your sound off. Nate, how are you, sir? Good evening. If you are, if you're coming on, leave a message. We're gonna just wait a couple minutes, let everybody get involved here, let everybody get set up.
Katie's on too.
Katie and Nate. You guys not at home together, I guess? Go ahead and leave a comment so I can make you. Nate said at work, on a break though. What I will do is I will try to communicate as many messages because I know that some people will be watching on their phone and may not get to may not be able to see the chats, and so I will try to communicate as much as I can in that so that the people kind of know what's going on. Katie and Nate are both with us. Nate's at work on a break. Katie is not with Nate. That's why they're signed in separate. They're not fighting and one's upstairs and one downstairs or something.
We appreciate you guys. We appreciate that you have to, I mean, we hate that you have to work through this, but we appreciate you. Appreciate the jobs you're doing.
Make sure that's still good. All right, we're getting more people. We're going to just allow them to come on in. Katie asked how we're doing. We're doing pretty good. We're managing just the same that everybody else is managing and dealing with the same things. Jenna is knocking it out of the park with being out of school, then back in school, then out of school, then back in school, and I think it started back on Monday. The kids are back in, or Paxton's back in school, so we're doing good. Just kind of running around and trying to figure it all out, just like you guys, I'm sure, Katie. A joke. Mandy asked for a joke while we wait. All right, I can do that. Mandy, and I know that you can't reply to this, so I'm just going to tell it as if you've never heard it. But what do you call a guy with a rubber toe? Roberto. That's all I got.
Ellie had told me a joke today. Ellie's 3, and she's just recently got into joke telling, and she's at that point where kids hit that joke telling phase that so cute. She says, why did mommy spill juice all over the floor? And I was like, why? And she's like, 'cause eyes and noses. I was like, that's a good one. You got me there.
She's as good as her Aunt Mandy at telling jokes. All right. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're gonna do this get started here in a couple minutes, but leave a comment if you can, if you have not already, so that we can mention who all is involved here. Some of you may not know that there is a chat going on during this. Also, everybody that's watching it will be able to chat. Unless you're on a cell phone, it may be a little bit more difficult, but you can follow along. And so you can see less of us and more of the chat. The goal is that we want to create a kind of a space for everybody to be able to just kind of hang out and talk for a couple of minutes. We're going to have prayer with everybody here in a couple of minutes also. So have your prayer requests ready. We're not going to just like have them come in all at once. So, but I'm going to try my hardest to read as many of the comments as I can, let everybody know what everybody's saying so that we can keep everybody on point so that you're paying attention. Can I see more of Jenna and less of you? Is that a thing? Mandy says. Moderator, would you ban her, please? Nope. Pam Jones has joined us, says, hi, everyone. I love and miss you guys. Some of you are replying there, so you're seeing some of the chat there. Good.
Can I just say real quick, I almost feel a little bit emotional because I feel like I actually feel connected to you guys right now. And I really, it really truly does make me, it makes me feel really happy because it's cool just to talk to you guys because I miss you guys. I feel like in many times, and I feel like I'm extroverted and introverted. So there are times and situations where I'm very introverted, but when it comes to family, when it comes to my church people, I can't stand this time of being away from you guys. So it's really cool to be able to connect with you right now in this way, even though it's different, but it's still a connection. So we appreciate that you guys are here to join us for prayer time and just to be able to talk to you and to know that you're here with us and we're all in it together.
All right, we've got a few more people joining us. They're coming in slowly. Is anybody having problems seeing everything, hearing anything? Are we good? Give us a thumbs up or something if you're hearing and seeing everything okay. This is my first time to ever stream on YouTube live, by the way.
I feel like I should clap for you or something.
Pam says that she is crying again.
Don't cry.
Lane and Karen have, well, I assume and Karen, but Lane has joined us and says that he's too old for this tech.
But you made it. And TT's here as well. Tracy Patter sent me a message and they're watching. Hi, guys. She said they're all watching. We're happy to see you. Well, see you guys too.
There's Miss Vicky. Says Jenna looks pretty. She may not, the light may not be hitting me right. She may not be able to see.
This is the first time I've had a reason to put on makeup or do anything with myself. I told Nate, I understand now. Thank you, Miss Vicky. That's very sweet of you. I told Nate the other day that I fully understand now why people would dress up to go into town and kind of what's happened to our society and how we don't dress up to go out because it's not such a special occasion just to go out anymore. But now I get why people totally dressed up and, like went to the nth degree to dress up to go out because it was a special occasion. So now just to get on YouTube, I'm going to dress up because it's a way to see people.
Megan Patter says that her, Lyndon, TT, Graham, and Bob are all watching. So welcome, guys. Glad you're with us.
Megan, are you doing okay? Megan works in the hospitals. So we're praying for you, Megan. And I'm sure that there are others too, maybe that I don't even realize, but we know for sure Megan is working at the hospital and we appreciate you too, Megan. And we're praying for you.
Anybody else join? We're going to give it another couple of few minutes and then we've got a little bit of a list of things to go through here.
Mila says hi. They can see each other's chats, right?
Yeah, if there are some that are probably on a phone and can't see the chat. So I'm trying to.
So hopefully everybody.
Just keep everybody posted on that.
Yeah, and hopefully, Megan, you can see everybody saying thank you for what you're doing.
Pam says, we appreciate you, Megum. That's not right.
Then she corrected it and said Megan.
Pat and Liz are here. They can't chat, but I think it's a huge step that they're just here. I'm certain that Liz is probably leading that quest, and Pat is just sitting back amazed at all the buttons that she's pushing. So
can't all be techie nerds, right, Pat?
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by talking about a few things that we want to talk about, and then just kind of fill you guys in with where we're at as a church. And then I want to hear about some of the things that you guys have going on as a family and what you're doing. And so we'll be able to talk about that. We'll probably get interrupted by the kids. They have a movie going right now, but if anything has said,
speaking of a kid,
yeah, that's not going to last long. So Marie Dracula's joined us. Says hi, Keystone family. She's washing dishes in Erie. So
hi, Marie.
It's good. That's good. All right. So here's what we have. Here's what we have. First of all, I want to let you guys know, if you are not familiar, what we have tried to do is we've tried to gear absolutely everything that we possibly can towards the social media platforms, the technology, everything, because we're in uncharted territories for churches. And Bree Hurley just joined us, Bree and Matt. And so hi. But we're trying to figure this out. And to be honest with you, it's been quite a journey. It's been interesting. We have seamlessly, I think pretty much seamlessly made the transition. We have been preparing and doing this for a long time, but I want to make sure that everybody understands, everybody is aware that we did not plan for this. In other words, the idea was not to bring the church to the place that it was ready to do all this in this culture. I believe that it was by God's divine direction, not by the intelligence of anybody that has been involved in this church plant. Sorry, Tom, Pam, all of you, sorry, but I don't believe that it was by any of the intelligence in the design there other than God. And so we've come online. We've made this transition. We were already live streaming our services. We were already posting our services online. So it's been quite an interesting thing to see happen here. What you got to realize is that the majority of churches, I've talked to so many pastors here recently and so many different churches, and what you got to realize is that this has totally caught churches off guard. They have been unbelievably unprepared for this. And but for us personally, just to kind of give you an idea, on Sunday on our live stream service, of course, we have asked everybody that on Sunday at 10:30, you still attend church from your living room by streaming it live with everybody. It gives the impression, the illusion, the idea of everybody being together and spending time together and then watching it together. It was really awkward for me to watch myself preach for the third time, because once to edit it and then once to preach it and then once to watch it. And it was really strange. But we had 139 devices signed on Sunday at 10:30. And the reason that is significant is because if you assume that represents homes, and then you assume that maybe 2 to 3 people in each one of those homes, we're looking at a chance that we had to minister to 3 to 4 different states, and then a total of 300 to 400 different people, which is our average attendance on a Sunday is 90. So that was absolutely incredible. And it was mind blowing. And we've got a lot of feedback from it and a lot of people that have talked about it. And so we're grateful for that. So the goal for this Sunday is going to be similar. The resources are going to be a little bit more limited, probably. I think that our praise team is experiencing some things that may change up how we do the praise team, and so we're gonna deal with that the best that we can, kind of walk through that the best that we can. But I want to say to our teams that have been involved in all the things that we have done, you guys are absolutely incredible, and I think that more than anything, they deserve and you can applaud by an emoticon, right? How about we do an applaud for all the teams that have been involved and that have got involved in all this. They have been fantastic, and it's only possible because of that. So it's mind blowing just how the family is pulled together and what you guys have done. So thank you so much. With that being said, you got to realize that this is, and this isn't a plug for this, but I want to make sure that you realize this. All of this is just a site of what it is that when you give to Keystone Church, when you support the ministry, this is all the things that we get to do. And so I am thankful for that. To take that a little further, because now we're in a technology-driven situation. So to take that a little further, here's some other things that happened. We got to serve 2 other churches in Greensburg. They got to come out, test our equipment, learn the things that we were using. Not only that, but one of the churches, City Reach Church, actually filmed because they had no location to do anything, no setup whatsoever. So they came out, brought a few of their 3 or 4 of their people out and filmed on location. And because of the building that we have and because we were able to offer it to them, they were able to do a service where they would not have been able to do that. And that's something that someone told me like earlier this week. I won't tell you who it was because I joked with them about it, but someone told me that's really great that you allowed them to do that. And then I reminded them, no, it was not me that allowed them to do that. This is your church. So you guys did this. And so I applaud you guys for that, because that's incredible that we have that opportunity. We're able to do that. Our app is up and running and it's going fantastic. We have just kind of give you an idea of how that functions. We've had 1,334 sermons downloaded on that app. And throughout the week, sermons are downloaded on there. It has been launched or opened 13,650 times. It's been installed on 672 different devices. And so it's going. It's a tool that we couldn't even believe would be more relevant than it is right now. We have a prayer chain on there in the messaging section of the app. So if you have our app, you're not involved in that prayer chain, you need to understand you have to let me know before I can add you. So you gotta send me a message or something, and we'll let you know how to get involved there. That is a place where we put prayer requests. They come out daily so that you can be a part of that. All right. And then a couple of things to let you know. We're serving needs in the community. Sarah is on here. Dan was on his way to an emergency situation this afternoon, I believe, or later on, handling something that came up to serve in a way. So we've been able to mobilize certain people to do certain things. And there's another situation coming tomorrow that someone is going to be helping out with. And so a lot of things happening there. Greater Things is having some needs right now. I want to let you guys know about those because she asked me to. If you are at the store and you pick something up, pick up a package of bottled water for Greater Things. They are looking to just hand out drinks rather than because their facility is closed. They're only doing curbside. And so people can't come in and fill their canteens and that kind of thing like they have been in the past. So she's wanting bottled water. And then Sarah mentioned today when she talked to her that she's also asking for cans of soup. So don't buy everything in the store, but maybe pick up a couple of few extras if you want, and then figure out a way to get those to them. If you want to bring them to the church, we'll figure out a way to get them to them. The church does stay open, although there's the whole social distancing and everything going on there. They also need to-go containers is how you say that. So if you have any to-go containers from some of your takeouts or anything like that, then make sure that you save those. But then also, if you want to buy to-go containers, then that will be helpful also. Jamie is with us. And so, Jamie, good evening. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that I haven't mentioned there.
Bree, I think you said
I said Brandon. Yeah. And Brandon
wanted to be noticed.
Yeah, Brandon wants to be noticed. So social media. Some of you will notice that on social media, we have amped up our connection. We're actually expanding it also to Instagram and some other things. We're in the process of me trying to find as many people younger than me that I can to be able to mobilize to do these things that I have put off for so long, so that we can communicate and do as much as we can to be out there on social media. I want to make mention of this. In this time, if you want to serve and you want to be a part of the ministry, social media is our new outreach. So a share is better than a like. A like is great. A share is better than a like, and a comment is as good as a share. And a share and a comment together is like that's nearly making it to heaven. That's amazing right there. So if you can help out there on this YouTube channel,
because of the fact that more people see it outside of our church.
Yeah. More people outside the church see it when you do that.
It's more a better way to outreach to the community. Outside of just Keystone.
And subscriptions help on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic. Another thing that I want to point out, contact each other, please. Don't text each other. Do text each other, but don't just text each other. Don't just message or like things on Facebook. I'm begging you guys. This is a time that we need to step up and be the church, and all of us need to be the church. So call people. Don't worry about being overwhelmed with their problems, because here's what you got to realize. We've all had the meltdowns. We've all had the moments of confusion, and none of us have an answer. None of us know what's going on in all this. So just contact each other and just talk to each other, and just check on each other. A stupid little call of saying, hey, just, that nobody's going to ask for anything, it seems like, but just calling and saying, hey, just want to check to see if you need anything means a lot to people. And the church needs to be the loudest and most obvious one doing that. So please, please, please contact each other. Dave and Ashley Baker are with us. Dave, Ashley, how are you guys? Good to see you, or see your typing abilities. I don't know what we're seeing, but you get what I'm saying. If there is someone that needs to talk, we are in the process of setting up Skype conversations, video conferencing, that kind of thing, to just, if there's someone that just needs to unload and then just share, or if you need to talk through some things, that's something that we want to offer to everybody. And so we are looking for people that are willing to do that, but then we're also looking for people that need that. So both sides of that. So if you are someone that would be interested in empathizing and helping with people, then we can do that. And we can, sorry, I have another meeting starting right now that I forgot about, that I tried to get out of, but apparently they think I'm still involved in it. So they're calling me. So sorry about that. But contact each other. And then if you can help with the video conversations, let me know. All right. So prayer request, Lane and Karen's friend Ingrid in Texas. Her father lives in Toronto and is very ill, and the borders are closed. There are so many situations that we have not even thought about that people are dealing with things in this. So let's pray for Ingrid. And that is what Lane and Karen asked. Tracy Patter asked to pray for Megan, which we've already mentioned, but pray for Megan as she's working at Westmoreland Hospital. And then Lorraine asked for a prayer for her kids and grandkids' safety. And so if you have another one, why don't you share it in the comments, and we will just take some time just kind of just talking about some of that stuff. All right. So if you have something that you would like to pray about, let's see those.
I think for one thing, we do really need to pray for those who normally would be able to go to places like Greater Things and the soup kitchens that are in various areas here, because those things are all shut down. We believe that Connie is pretty much the only one open in Greensburg right now, and she's only allowed to do curbside. Yeah, she's very limited. So I think we have a lot of people who are really in need around here, and so we really need to pray for them.
Nick just joined us. Nick Shirley, good to see you, Nick. I know Nick has had a little bit of a rough time with work and things. So, Nick, thanks for being here. Jamie said she has an unspoken request. So if you don't mind writing that down and remembering that it is an unspoken request that she is asking prayer for. Anybody else that has something that you just want to pray about? Guys, listen, if you're trying to think of something for someone else and all these things that are going on, please, please, please understand it is okay to ask for prayer for your family. I'm asking for prayer for our family because it's just as much a struggle for us as it is for everybody else. you need to understand, we put the encouraging devotions online and people have said that it's been so positive and they really appreciate the encouragement, but you got to understand it's all an act for the camera. All right. No one has this figured out. No one has this figured out.
There's lots coming in. I was going to write them down for you.
Yeah. Nate says to pray for their company. They're dealing with a lot with the virus. Nate, of course, works for the public transportation. And so, yeah, of course, that would be an interesting situation. So definitely pray for them. Pam asked to remember everyone out of work right now. There's obviously a lot of people. I know that a lot of people tuning in right now have been laid off or are experiencing that. So definitely pray for them.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is it's, like it's not just our country, it's worldwide. I was talking to one of the people we met in Bulgaria today who he can't work right now.
Yeah.
So it's the world.
Ashley Baker asked for mental health during her and the kids' mental health during the social isolation. Yes. I amen that.
Good
I get you.
But yes.
Lane Cummings says, praise Callie will be able to graduate on time and join. That's awesome. That's good. That's something that is that's up in the air for a lot of people. And so pray for kids in school and young adults in college.
And how much we need people in healthcare right now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pray for Bree's residents at her apartment community. Nick says to pray for the Shirleys. Always do, Nick. Always do. But yeah, definitely do remember the Shirleys. The kids are adjusting, Sarah says. It's a scary time. Yeah. Have the conversation with your kids, guys. They need. You're not gonna be able to explain it to them, but give them an idea of what's going on and just talk to them. Don't tell them. Don't give them the doomsday approach or anything, but be open and talk to them. We've talked to our kids. We've told them, look, you need to understand it's chaos right now, and we're yelling a lot more than we should be yelling, and we're fighting a lot more than we should be fighting, and we've got to realize that we all got to be in this together. So,
and I think it's okay to tell them, like, we don't know what we're doing. Nate and I had the conversation with our kids yesterday. We don't know what we're doing, and we have to extend each other a whole lot of grace right now because we're all kind of learning this together because we've never experienced what they're going. Like we were never shut in for days at a time as kids. So
Sarah asked to keep praying for moms and dads struggling with the changes and the adjustments of trying to school at home for those that are sending school home. So yeah, definitely pray about that. Pray for families. Brandon says, pray for families to be able to handle all this time together while balancing the monetary stresses and schedule changes and just a lot of different dynamics. Absolutely. Right. Family of 2 lost at my job, Nick says. So be praying about that. Emily is asking for prayer for her mission trip that is currently on hold. The disappointment that goes along with that may be canceled. It's not officially canceled yet, but put on hold. And just pray for her as she is sitting in this time of limbo and figuring that out. So Mandy asked for peace of mind for the unknown with Brandon being laid off and isolation, anxiety, all those things are definitely triggered right now for a lot of people. Emily's asking for prayers to be a light and encouragement to the classmates. Yeah. The country's leaders, Bree says, my goodness, guys, I want to stop right here for a second because not just the country leaders, and I agree, Bree, but not just leadership in general. For me personally, in trying to figure out how to lead the church and then realizing with everything that is going on in the news and then watching President Trump and everybody deal with all the things that they're dealing with, I've never felt leadership be a heavier weight and more riding on decisions than right now. Yeah. And people do not like leadership and no one respects leadership. So that idea is lost right now. And I'm begging, pray for all leaders. And you're feeling it too. If you are at home and you're trying to figure out how to lead your family, you feel this weight more now than you did 2 weeks ago. So just pray for leaders in general. Definitely. Katie's Uncle Paul had to have brain surgery on Monday, and they think it may be cancer. Let's pray about that situation. Katie, give us. Oh, I see it. Paul. Yeah, Paul is the name on that. Marie is praying for us all. They're heading to one of their meetings for the flagship church. Marie has a devotional and an encouraging quarantine devotion coming out on Thursday. You need to make sure that you check that out. She did an incredible job on it, and it's
I can't wait to
great.
hear it.
Sarah says my cousin Tina was just diagnosed with cancer, and they'll be starting chemo this week. Yeah, that's a different prayer request now than it was 2 weeks ago. Even more so. That's strange to think about.
Did you see
but
Marie's about it too? After she
continue to pray for Marie's family as they're going through this, and it connects to all the things they went through last year. So,
and Tony's work stress too. She said.
And Tony's work stress, yes. Ashley's start date for college has been moved back. Jamie says her mom works in a care center, and it's hard for them. Absolutely, my mom does the same thing. So yeah, it's a huge burden for them and what they're going through, and just trying to maintain everything in there.
And Nate's mom, because of the fact that she's working with elderly people, is very, very like her quarantine expectations are really great, and so she's under a lot of stress with that. And they're very limited on what they're allowed to do with them.
Jamie asked for prayer for those who don't follow Jesus, and yeah, we have we need to understand that as the church we have the world's ear right now. Yeah. Tragedy always does that. And so we need to realize that these are I guess it's okay to say it like this, great moments for us as the church. So I agree, Jamie, definitely. Megan asked, Petroy asked that we pray for her friend Heidi that just welcomed a brand new baby into the world. Wow. That's a dynamic that we haven't thought about, I'm sure. Wow, definitely. Lorelei is asking to pray for families who have to care for pets. Yeah, this seems funny, but that is a true prayer request in that, because we were looking for crickets for this lizard that we got, and it's impossible to find crickets right now to keep a lizard alive. And so, yeah, definitely there's things you don't even think about there, but definitely, Lorelei, definitely.
That's true. And it really does. It's an added stress for a lot of people.
I won't share that, Nick.
That's not true.
We don't agree with it, Nick.
We're sad. Nick says he has a praise item that nobody has to listen to him play the guitar, but I don't think anybody agrees.
Mandy mentioned there are a lot of people that have big events coming up, weddings, babies being born. And yeah, that messes with a lot of things. We have people in the church. We got I think 82 weddings coming up in the church or something like that in the next couple months. So
it seems like everybody chose to get married this year.
All right. All right. I'm not seeing any more come in.
Can I just add real quick? I'm so sorry. We have all of our missionaries, our missionaries, Heath and Joni Hubbard, are in Tokyo, and they had posted a message just a little while back, and they are praying very specifically that we will see a huge change in how this is all going with this virus and everything. They're praying by March 31st, right? There's 31 days in March. By March 31st specifically, that we begin to see a huge change. And they're praying for a very specific date, and they're praying very specifically, that God gets the glory and that it is done for God's glory, and that people will turn to him in seeing that. And I have joined them in that prayer, because I think that this is a really, obviously, a great time for God to really work in people and to make himself known to the world. I mean, it's not a secluded area. Again, it's the world. So, and I think about, all the different situations, like missionaries in China who maybe would not normally get the opportunity to speak out to the country of China, because they are actually very persecuted there. And so this gives them a great opportunity to be able to witness to the people of China and to make a really huge difference. So
Pat mentioned praise report for his mom. She will be coming home soon, and so there's still some concerns there, but at least she is getting out of the hospital. So praise God for that.
Good.
Sarah, pray for those that have the ability to be a light to others, that they take the chance to do what they can. Megan Patter asked to pray for Lyndon as a truck driver and being on the front line and out delivering all those things.
Yep. We
Definitely.
appreciate you, Lyndon.
Definitely. Lyndon is, if I'm not mistaken, and Megan, you can correct this if it's wrong, but I don't think you've quite been at that company for a year, right? And so there's a lot of dynamics there also, or it may be right at a year.
Mr. Lynn said hi. And Sarah, say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Don't be funny. Hey, my closer.
All right. I am waiting. If there's anybody else. Super professional. We got it under control here.
Going upstairs with brother. You're missing the movie. Did he make you popcorn?
Ellie, we can't yell. We can't yell at you till we turn off the live stream. So go.
Stop. Go on up with brother. You're missing the movie. Okay, say bye.
All right.
Sarah asked for prayers for Connie.
Connie, yes, pray for Connie. Definitely pray for Connie, and thank you, Emily. I was thinking there was something that I'm missing. Emily is wanting to put together a 48-hour prayer time leading up to Sunday's service, and so she has put together a spreadsheet document for different people to sign up for chunks of hours, families and people, individuals, to sign up for chunks of hours. This is something that I'm going to be participating in. And so I want to ask, the idea is just to pray about the opportunity and the things that we have before us right now, the weeks to come and all of that. So if you would, I'm asking that you consider being a part of that. It is good for me. And the reason it's good for me is because I have spent more time working and running around and on the phone and doing things, I think, than I have had before all this. So I'm finding myself struggling to have those times where we can just stop. And so I'm going to sign up for a couple of these spots to be able to force myself to just stop and slow down and readjust my thinking, stop doing the things that I think that I have to be doing, and then just slow down for a little while to pray about all that's happening and unload it. So if you would like to be involved in that, go ahead and in the comments, sign up for a time starting on, I don't have it in front of me, Emily. What would you have the 24-hour map set out, but what would that be? Starting on Friday you had a certain time, I'm pretty sure. But if you'd like to be a part of that, leave a comment of an hour that you will take, a time frame that you will take, and we'll try to fill as much of that as we can with
10 a.m.
prayer. 10 a.m. So it starts 10 a.m. on Friday. So from 10 a.m. on Friday, 1 hour chunks all the way to Sunday at 10 a.m. If you would like to be a part of that, then comment or get a hold of Emily or leave it on our Facebook page or something in some way.
I think that's a cool thing because obviously we need to pray about this right now, but this is a really good time for growth for each one of us because I think this is a time in our nation that we get to really watch God do really great things.
Pam is signing up for Friday from 10 to 11.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, Emily is asking that everybody comment on Facebook. What I will do is after this, I will make I'll make an image of some sort and we'll put it on there. And then you can comment your time that you want to on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, text it to me and we'll get the comment on there so that it's on one place and make sure that you have that. Also, if you'd like to be on the prayer list for the app, make sure that you text me and let me know that as well if you're not getting those.
And actually, Brandon makes a good point. We should probably specify AM or PM.
Yeah.
He probably said it to be funny, but it's probably a good point.
Yeah. All right. Here's what we're going to do then. Emily will also be adding prayer requests for each hour, she says. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. All right. Let's have a time of praying together. And what we'll do is then we'll end with, if there's just conversation, we'll just let it go for a while. Just to for those of you that want to just kind of play around and talk and that kind of thing. So we'll do that. All right. Let's pray together. All right. We're going to not worry about remembering all the specifics or anything like that. But I am going to pray for each one of you and then pray for everything that we are barreling towards and that we're adjusting to and all that we're going through. All right. So let's pray together. And then I appreciate you guys taking this time and doing this. All right. So let's pray. God, I thank you for this incredible, strange platform that we get to do something like this on. And God, right now I'm gathered with a lot of different homes and a lot of different families experiencing a unknown amount of different circumstances. And it seems like what we are going through right now doesn't not affect any single part of our life. And the future seems uncertain. The end seems unknown. And people are discouraged, and there are some that are trying hard to be a light, and they're growing discouraged and frustrated, and families are struggling right now. Individuals are struggling right now, God. And I get that. And just ask God that you will, in some way, please just minister to these people right now. God, I pray for these families that are here. God, I pray that you give them wisdom, first of all. You said that if we lack wisdom, we can ask it, and you who give generously will give it. So we're asking, God, wisdom on how to navigate and deal with things that we don't understand. Wisdom with how to talk to people that are trying to navigate things that we don't understand. God, we've got a country that seem to provide so many different safety barriers and things that we could rely on that seems to be shaken so much right now. And so all the things that we thought that we weren't trusting in, we're starting to realize that we were trusting in, and the foundation is being just shaken. So God, I pray that you, more than anything, for the people in Keystone Church, for the Greensburg area, for the rest of the world, that more than anything, God, you take this not good situation and you turn it into something that you use. So God, get a hold of our hearts. I pray for the kids of the church, God, as they are adjusting and struggling with being at home and doing things different and experiencing things that many of us never got to experience or had to experience. God, I pray that you just be with them. I pray for patience for all the parents, because we need just a big load of that right now, God. I pray that you give us patience, that you give us understanding. Just pray, God, that you, more than anything, unite us together closer than we've ever been at this time. God, I pray for those that are out of work right now, that are living in that unknown and that fear. And God, I just pray that you comfort them and help them. As strange as it may seem, and as unhelpful as it may seem right now, God, I pray that you remind them that you know what they need and that you're still the great provider. For those that are confused right now, God, I pray that you just ease their minds, ease their hearts, and help them. For those that are anxious right now, God, I pray that you just work in that situation, that you speak to them from your word, that you comfort them. And God, I just pray for our nation, that it is able to recover from this, that you be with our leaders that lead in every single aspect, whether it's a business, whether it's a country, whether it's a church, whatever it is, whether it's a family. God, please be with the leaders right now. And I pray that you help them and that you give them wisdom and that you guide them. God, I thank you that we have a family like this, a church family like this, that's willing to do something as strange as this and as untraditional as this, that they are looking for that connection, and they find this idea of praying together as disciples and gathering together as disciples is something that is valued. And so, God, I just thank you for them. I thank you for the team that we have, the team of people that serve, the team of people that give, the team of people that call and check up on people, the team of people recording devotions, just all these different things that are going on right now. God, I thank you for it. Thank you so much for how you prepared Keystone Church for this season of ministry unknowingly. Thank you that you guided us in a way that we can still be a relevant ministry in the city of Greensburg, regardless that we're just a small church. And I give you the glory for that, God, because you have directed us in ways that we couldn't even imagine. So thank you for that. So God, right now, I pray for all these requests. I pray for all those working in the hospitals, for those that are working more hours right now, for those that are struggling. God, I just ask that you be with them and that you help them. We're confident and that this sickness, this virus, has no power over your kingdom. We're confident that this sickness and this virus will not derail what you are doing. And so, God, we are looking for where to go from here. And we're trusting that you're going to heal and do the great things that you do. So, God, when we get to be back together on that great, awesome day, when we gather together at Keystone Church and we just lift up our praise to you, and that powerful, powerful moment when we're reminded of what it was like to be in what seemed like darkness, what seemed like isolation, what seemed like aloneness, and then we're gathered together with all those people that we love, God, lifting you up because you're still on the throne, even then, just like you are now. God, I look forward to that day, and I can't wait. And I look forward to that experience. So, God, we give all this to you. We trust you with it, and we love you. It's your name we pray. Amen. All right. Patty is joining us. She came in there right before the prayer, and so Patty, hi. Any other things anything that you got to share or you want to talk about? If you need to check out, check out. We've been going for 48 minutes. No big deal. I'm not in a rush. Like I said, we've blocked off this time for this. So this is just a chance for you to just have some conversation and just enjoy yourself. What tell me something exciting that you've done, something that you've accomplished at this time that you didn't have the chance to accomplish before all this. Brandon's getting fancy with all kinds of things and that, a lot of colorful things, and man,
it doesn't look like that one. Well, brined bacon. It's like brined.
Brine, yeah. Brandon thawed out some bacon and got it brined, and we're gonna throw it on the smoker tomorrow. Dan's cleaning out the garage. The Shirleys finished their deck. Man, it looks really sharp, pretty. Guys. You guys did a good job on it.
Nice.
Mandy's house is cleaner than ever. So
Patty's tearing the house apart, she said.
Patty's tearing the house apart.
I saw your pictures, Patty, but it looks really cool.
Patty, I see you as the type that just you're by tearing the house apart, you're just redecorating and rearranging decorations.
No, they knocked out walls.
They're knocking out walls. Okay.
they're busting out the drywall, and they're finding brick behind the drywall, like brick walls.
Ashley Baker says she misses people.
We miss you. I miss people too, but I really miss all you guys.
Sarah's big accomplishment. The kids are playing together and haven't killed each other yet. That is a plus. That is a plus. Keep doing that, kids. You guys are great. Keep doing that. How many of you are sick of cooking food? Some of you are used to cooking food, but how many of you are sick of cooking food and have spent way too much time cooking food?
Yes.
Brandon very sarcastically said, Spending some quality time with my wife and kids, enjoying every minute of it. It could not be
It may not
sarcastic,
be sarcastic,
but it definitely reads sarcastic
the
to me.
question is
So
Mandy enjoying every moment? Just kidding.
Lots of cleaning for Patty, she says. Tomorrow, my kids will learn to make stuffed cabbages, Jamie
That's
says.
what I'm doing wrong. Paxton needs to learn how to. Actually, he did learn how to make pancakes during this. He's a pretty good little pancake maker, we discovered.
We have walked around our block quite a few times here, enjoying, and when that sun comes out every once in a while, and it's coming, more sun's coming. So get out in that sunshine when it's there. I tell you what I've struggled with is I so badly want to walk, because we have a Dunkin' Donuts right at the end of our neighborhood. I've so badly wanted to walk to Dunkin' Donuts, but then I remember when we're walking, although that would be a cool stop, only the drive-thru's open.
And if you're gonna walk, you might as well get a donut in the end.
Oh, I'm definitely getting a donut when we get there, but I don't know if drive-thrus are allowing walk-ups, because that was a no-no before. So Pam is sick of cooking. I find that hard to believe, Pam. I find that hard to believe.
That's an act of love for us.
Sarah made Thanksgiving dinner tonight.
Ooh.
And so Ashley says our gas tanks have never been full or no gas lights on in isolation.
Ashley and I joke together because she and I have ran out of gas multiple times. And so we always like to push it to the brink of having to push it.
Brandon says, made my wife breakfast in bed 2 days in a row. Now, the question is, did you give her both Pop-Tarts on 2 different days, or was one Pop-Tart one day and then one Pop-Tart the next one?
I haven't even gotten a Pop-Tart in bed.
I don't know.
I'm just...
Mandy got a double Yahtzee yesterday. That deserves an applaud.
I actually that does deserve an applause. My thing was I got a Yahtzee in one roll today. We've been Yahtzeeing it up around here too.
Jamie Shirley, I can so relate to this. My laundry was caught up for like a day. Yeah. And Nick says he's going to start a Hobbit Lord of the Ring marathon. That sounds like a pretty good idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I remember one time in college we started that. We decided we'd watch them all the way through. You remember how miserable that was?
I didn't think it was miserable. I loved it, but it was really long.
It was forever long.
I loved it. I am a major Lord of the Rings nerd. Love it.
Emma says, spending family time. That is pretty cool, isn't it, Emma? That is pretty cool. Breeze watched the Cars trilogy 3 times. Trilogy. Is there 3 of them?
Yeah. I watched Frozen with Ellie.
I was only thinking 2 for some reason.
No, the new Frozen 2 with Ellie.
Yeah, every day.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We've lost count.
Yeah, she's performed it, and yeah.
Many times a day.
Dan won a game of Clue. I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe because Dan's always the guilty one in a room of trying to figure out who's guilty. So, Brandon says pancakes with strawberries, whipped cream heart, man, alive. Egg, ham, and cheesy Sandy today. What in the is this? Brandon, can you join up with Brandon and take the phone from him, because it's getting a little bit ridiculous.
But impressive, Brandon. Good job.
Emily did the Hobbits Lord of the Ring marathon during a mission trip, and in college, and got lice from the Hobbits and Lord of the Rings. You guys were watching it wrong then. If you got lice, that's interesting. The men are emptying the garbage, right, ladies? Ashley Baker says as she tries to start a fight. Here we are trying to promote unity, and Ashley's trying to tear the church apart. So, Patty says their hubby has cleaned the entire yard. Wow.
She thinks he's trying to get away from her. No.
The whole yard. What do you? If he starts mowing it, then I would get concerned. Brandon put boom shaka laka on there just because he wants me to hear me say it. So I'll say it. I ain't afraid. Boom shaka laka. Emma says she loves being home.
Aww.
Mandy, blah blah blah.
She said those things actually happen. I think Nate is feeling. Are you feeling convicted?
Sarah said the picture right back here looks like that my detached head is in your lap there. So
that's Nate after coronavirus quarantine. That was our engagement pictures. Bye, Emily. We love you.
Bye, Emily. Have a good night. Sent that about 12 times. I don't know what Bree is.
Mandy, I've got
seen that. Never mind. I read that wrong.
I've got tons of ketchup, Mandy.
Yeah, we have a lot of ketchup and soy sauce. For some reason, the last 3 stops at the grocery store has merited us a bottle of soy sauce. So we've got more soy sauce than some of the Chinese restaurants have around here. So Brandon's out of here. Progress never sleeps. So I guess he's got to go get his meal started for in the morning.
Mandy, ironically, I'm out of paper towels. So you got loads of paper towels. I've got loads of ketchup.
Patty, it was good for me too. And it is great to talk to everybody. She says this was really good for her soul. Wow. Jamie says, and I wanted to read that first because who knows? I'm ordering supplies so that I can do a field test to be a Department of Agriculture culture certified poultry technician. Is anyone even surprised by this?
Nope.
No.
That's funny. Oh, well, Tommy Wammy joined us.
And Sarah says she's going back to her hazmat suit to finish cleaning the kids' bedroom. Yeah, that's a fun chore. Lane says he has plenty of paper towels.
Karen.
Oh yeah, it's Karen. Well, it's Lane and Karen because Karen's on there also.
Yeah, the CC would stand for Karen Cohen.
Oh, I see how that works.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Mandy's getting the kids ready for bed. It was great to see everybody. Can't wait to see everyone.
Love you. Can't wait to see you.
Tom just finished his meeting. That was the meeting that I was supposed to be at, but that's okay. That's okay. Missed that one. Sarah says she may run out of trash bags when she's done with her room. Yeah.
I just purged Paxton's room and whew.
Yeah.
We miss you, Dad.
Debatable.
He misses you. Bye, Bree. We love you.
Bree's leaving. Bree, have a good night.
I'm really glad we could do this together. This has been really good for me too.
Is this something that we want to try to do maybe every other week? What do you guys think that are left? Those that are still here.
I'm for it. Good night, Katie. We love you and can't wait to hug you.
Sarah says yes. Pam says yes. Sarah says we need a Zoom call. I think that there are bandwidth is a little bit difficult to navigate with a Zoom call. I did sign up for a Zoom account today. I did get that done, but I think that bandwidth with that many different calls may be a bit of a struggle. And so I don't know that we'd be able to do video with everybody, Sarah, on that.
She said not with you. Good night, Lane and Karen. And bye, Nick. Miss Patty is Lacey Dog, and her username is Lacey Dog 599, and she said her goal is to figure out how to change her username. It's cute.
Yeah, it is true, Mandy. Tom gets here and everybody just bells out. Just is gone. Is gone. Went from about 30 people to 19.
Good night, Mom. We love you.
Pam's gone. Lacey Dog is Patty. Tom.
Good night, Jamie.
Jamie, have a good night. You guys tell the family, the rest of the family, if they're not there, tell the rest of the family we said hi and that we miss them.
Yeah. Bye, Sarah. We love you. Bye, Patty. We love you. Everybody, hang in there.
All right. I think that as the end comes here, I think we're going to go ahead and say goodnight and end it right here. How about? All right. We're right at an hour. So it seems like a great place to end it. So everybody have a good night. And thank you so much for making this something that you did. I think it is very valuable for everybody that is here. And you being here was helpful to other people. And so I think it's fantastic. So look forward to worshiping with everybody on Sunday and hope you guys have a good night.
We love you guys.